This is Forum in Focus. I'm Brian Dolby and I'm with our President, Tom Starr. Tom, we talked earlier this year about G.fast, but it's been amazing how the industry has adopted it. Are you surprised by how quickly and how many people are now involved in G.fast?
Yeah, I'm really delighted. It is picking up. We had a keynote address at the meeting this week in Taiwan, and you know, I don't think I can recall a access technology that is picked up quite so quickly. It's really delightful. You know, the ITU just approved the G.fast standard last week, and we have now multiple chipset vendors who actually have operating chips today. I mean, that's just amazing. And there's several more chip vendors who have chips in development, and also I know right now today we have chips in service provider laboratories undergoing initial testing already. You know, yeah, you know, from having approval and then almost instantly, you know, chips available and being tested in service provider labs, I don't recall, you know, that moving along so quickly. Thank you.
You mentioned briefly there the ITU. Just give us the background about the Broadband Forum's work in G.fast and the ITU.
Yeah. Well, this work on G.fast originated over 2 years ago in the Broadband Forum, where service providers and others got together and developed a initial set of requirements, and that was in the Broadband Forum. That was communicated to the ITU with the request that they develop a standard for this. Of course, the ITU has now accomplished that, and now, actually, this week, Broadband Forum received the official liaison from ITU saying, "Yep, we've approved the G.fast standard," and now look forward to the Broadband Forum, you know, continuing the work and as we do for other technologies in the testing of the technology.
Now, as it's developed, I think there's more news actually that the loop for G.fast has extended to 400 meters.
Yeah, that was one of the recent developments actually late in the process where we really discovered that the technology could operate very well out beyond the original concept of 250 meters. So in the late stages of the formation of the standard, that number was changed from 250 meters to a maximum loop reach of 400 meters. Now, of course, you know, the bit rate at 400 meters is not going to be as good as you know, 250 or 100 meters, but it's been well established that this will work actually quite well at 400 meters, and that really expands the utility of the technology. In particular, it's important because before now, you know, some people were thinking like, well, fine, this is great for short loops, but we'll still have to use VDSL in a lot of places because G.fast won't reach so far. Well, now going out to 400 meters, I think this changes the situation somewhat in that maybe in more cases you would not need the fallback to VDSL2.
Okay, now just talking about the work and the extending of the loop, what is the Broadband Forum doing now on G.fast?
Right. Well, the Broadband Forum is very busy this week, you know, on developing the specifications for testing G.fast and for use in two ways. Firstly, PlugFest, and I'm delighted to announce that our first PlugFest for the forum will be done by UNH, our selected testing partner, in January. Again, you know, this is just moving along so quickly. So there's the PlugFest, and then additionally there's the more formal certification program for G.fast equipment. And so we have a lot of work this week on developing the detailed testing specifications for certification. So that's one part. The other big part that we're doing is the fiber to the distribution point, so-called FTTDP, that we're writing the working text 301 architecture for fiber to the DP. Now, G.fast is considered as one of the basically the prime loop technology for fiber to the DP. VDSL2 can also be used there, but I think most people are primarily interested in G.fast being served from these nodes, the so-called DPU, which is typically located just a few hundred meters from the customer premises. And so we are now in nearing the completion of writing completing the working text 301, and actually we are scheduling an extra interim meeting in January to help finish up that working text 301. So we're very hopeful to have the architecture for fiber to the DP specified by that point.
Well, it all seems to be happening. Thanks very much for the update. I'm sure we're going to talk about this again soon.
Great. Thank you very much, Brian.